Yo, what's good, everyone? I'm just trying this live on the go. First time I'm trying this. Usually I'm always on my laptop and got my microphone, so this is the first time me trying it this way. I just wanted to come out and give you guys my initial thoughts, my quick post-fight thoughts of the Rigondeaux fight. I missed the first like 3 rounds just because where I'm at, and I wasn't able to see the first 3 rounds. But I did watch the remainder of the fight. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about this fight. It's very subjective, right? It's very subjective because it really depends on how you score a boxing fight. And for me personally, I always tend to favor the more pure boxer, the fighter that can move and defend and and whatnot. But I think the issue with Rigondeaux was he just didn't throw enough. And although I don't think you need to win a round by landing more shots per se, but you got to throw something. And he did that sometimes, but not enough. But I will say that there was a massive disparity in the scorecards. One judge scored it like 117 to 111 for Casimero, which is just crazy to me. Like, if you want to give it to Casimero by like maybe a round or two, I might be okay with that. But 117, 111 is just ridiculous. And I feel for Rigondeaux in the sense that nobody really has his abilities, man. And when it comes to moving, gliding, being defensive, I mean, he was looking like Willie Pep out there at 40 years old. For me, it's just a style that I personally like. I like to watch a fighter display those type of abilities. But unfortunately, especially in this day and age, you gotta throw something. You gotta impose your will when it's necessary. And the thing about it is that I feel like if Rigondeaux would have sat down on some of his punches, I think he could have stopped Casimero. To be completely honest with you, I don't think Casimero. I think he was starting to get tired from chasing him and throwing punches and missing punches, and he was getting worn out. He was getting very frustrated. So if he would have sat down on his punches, maybe in the like 9th, 10th, 11th round, I think that he could have seriously hurt Casimero. Keep moving. And I'm not quite sure if it was a point that he was trying to prove or he didn't want to take the risk of getting caught with something. I'm not quite sure. But, you're 40 years old. You obviously you can still move. Obviously, you still have the endurance to go a 12-round fight. So that wasn't an issue like it would be with a lot of 40-year-olds. But man, I mean, he was making Casimero, whatever his name is, making him miss a lot. Like, I was like, I haven't seen an ability like this in a very long time. But I do want to point something out because a lot of people are putting out there that, Mayweather's like Rigondeaux, so why does Mayweather get decisions when he's Rigondeaux? Yes, he boxes, he's defensive, he pot shots, but his punch accuracy ratio is actually always around the 30 to 40% range, and he does just enough. Like, and he'll follow up with punches, which is move, be defensive. Rigondeaux was literally throwing one punch and then bounce around the ring, one punch, and then bounce around the ring for like 30 seconds. And yeah, he wasn't getting hit, but you can't, it's just hard to sway the judges who probably don't appreciate that boxing skill anyway. They don't really. You have to throw more punches. I mean, Mayweather learned that. When we go back to Mayweather De La Hoya, Mayweather barely threw enough and landed enough to get the nod in that fight. And De La Hoya was the aggressor. So, although, like, I understand that judges may seem that, okay, yeah, he was elusive, but he wasn't doing much. I get that. But that 117-111 scorecard is another fucking example of atrocious judging. And if you got Casimero up by a round, maybe two, I'll be like, okay, it's subjective at this point, and as a judge, you prefer a more aggressive style, and you know he's trying to press the fight. But 117-111 is borderline criminal to the sport of boxing. I'm gonna move over here for a second because I don't know if you guys can see out there, but I'm on an island right now. So that's why I'm just doing this shit on the fly. I don't got my laptop with me. So hopefully this is a little bit better. It's not as loud. The sea's really blowing in. It's quite loud. But yeah, man. Yeah, the sun is out. The sun is out, bro. So it's kind of blinding me. And the ocean's quite loud today. So hopefully this is a bit better. So yeah, man. I just wanted to come on here real quick. I just got done watching the fight here, beachside, and you know I thought, man, I don't got time to like plug in my mic and do the whole show type thing. So I just grabbed my phone and do it this way. And I just wanted to leave you guys with some quick thoughts, man. You know, Rigondeaux was boxing beautifully at 40 years old. You know, it's quite amazing, man, how he can move, the way he moves, and ducking and slipping and sliding, and basically Casimero was punching air, bro. Like the whole fight, basically, he would land a body shot here and there, hit him with a couple left hooks, but Rigondeaux was just smooth in there, man, just real smooth, and I'm like, damn. And I thought, well, maybe he'll get worn out later, but he looked like he can go 15 rounds. So I think as a judge, you got to give a little bit of credit, man. Like you got to give him credit for being 40 years old and being able to move like that. And I guess the only knock that I'll give Rigondeaux is that he just doesn't punch quite enough. And it's not necessarily like, oh, he's got to throw 80 punches in a round or whatever the case may be. Nah, he can throw 30 punches, but he's got to follow up. Even if you land a 4-punch combo and then slide around and make him miss for the rest of the round, that's enough. But, you know, the thing is, if you just throw a jab and you bounce around, okay, straight left hand. Bounce around. It's pot shotting, and judges don't like it, you know, and that's just the way it is. So for me, it's just a situation where you got to at least follow up, you know, and he had opportunities when Casimero was off balance and he was just getting frustrated, and he could have easily just said, pop, pop, right, left, pop, pop, and just land at least a two-piece on his ass and see if you can wobble him. And, even in the corner, his coaches were like, yo, you can stop this dude. He's frustrated. He doesn't know what to do. He's starting to gas out a little bit. And, I think that he could have done a little bit more and probably stopped him. But that's just Rigondeaux, man. Let me read some of these comments real quick, because this shit's different when I'm like on my phone, man. Winners train, losers complain, man. What's good? Understand, want to reward aggression, but you have to be effective aggression as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. Mangus Allen, as a Rigo fan, it hurt. Damn Divine, laugh out loud. You at Pablo Escobar's crib. Yeah, man, I'm at a nice spot right now. I ain't gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Did you see Rigo ducked under Casamero's left hook against the ropes? Yeah, man. I mean, he was displaying just absolute boxing brilliance, man. Like, this is the thing that people just don't appreciate about the sport. And, I don't know how much you guys know about the history of the sport, but somebody like Willie Pep, I mean, he's rumored to win a fight by never throwing a punch. So it's not like we've never seen it before. And here's my thing. If you throw 100 punches and land one because you can't hit me, I only throw 20 punches, but I land 6 out of 20. Who wins that round? Right? You should win that round simply based off the fact that, number one, you landed more and you never got hit. But that's the thing, is that judges just see punches and they feel sorry for the aggressor. They feel sorry for the guy who's trying really hard and he's getting frustrated. Well, that's his fault. That's his fault. You know what I mean? Like, if he thought that Rigondeaux was going to go up in there and fight toe-to-toe, that's on him. That's on him. And so that's basically how I break it down to you guys. If my opponent throws 100 punches and lands 2, I only throw 30 but land 6 or 7, who wins? You know what I mean? Like, you ain't hitting me and I'm hitting you. I'm not punching as much, but ultimately you can't hurt me and you can't hit me. So that's just the way I see it, man. And I always side with the boxer. I don't know if you guys seen my video. I already made a video about Ugas versus Pacquiao. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'm having a lot of issues, by the way, with my subscribers not getting notifications. I had 6 people hit me up in the last 24 hours saying that they can't get any notifications about when I make an upload. So I'm about to hit up YouTube because this is bullshit. But I do have a video up. I already made a fight breakdown prediction of Ugas and Pacquiao. And in that video, I said that I scored the Ugas-Porter fight as a draw. And the only reason why I didn't give it to Ugas was because Porter wobbled Ugas in the 11th round. If that didn't happen, then Ugas wins that fight, in my opinion, because I tend to score for the clean counter punching and the sound defense. And for me, he was hitting Porter with clean counter punches and had an overall better defense. So I wasn't, in this particular fight with Rigo, I wasn't writing the scores down. But watching the fight, I was thinking, Rigo should win this by at least 2 or 3 rounds. By at least 2 or 3 rounds. And when they said, oh, it's a split decision, I was like, here we go. Here we fucking go again. As soon as they said, oh, we got a split, as soon as Jimmy said we got a split decision, I was like, yep, here we go. And then that 117, 111, man, that's criminal. That's absolutely criminal. Gooey Smoogie, what's up, man? He says, I honestly thought this could have gone either way or a draw, but I just don't think Rigo did enough to take the belt from the champ. First round, I thought he should have been called a knockdown. Um, that's an interesting thing. Like, I do agree with that sentiment that you got to take it to the champ. You got to win the belt from the champ. But I think my biggest complaint here is 117, 111 is absolutely fucking ridiculous. And once again, we have a scenario where the scorecards are so fucking lopsided, and I don't know what they're watching. I don't know what they're seeing. Like, if you want to say Rigo didn't do enough, okay, I'm cool with that. But let's be honest here. Casimero didn't do that much. He couldn't land shit. It's not like he went in there and beat up Rick. How do you give him 6 more rounds? How? How does that happen? 6 more rounds? Like, you can't do that, man. You can't do that. So Rebel Boxing, what's up? 117, 111 is trash. But to be fair, Rigo was giving no fucks. Like, damn, people paid to be there. Looked like Rigo really hurt him with the body shot, too. He nullified Casimero's offense and had his confidence completely shot. Bro, like, Casimero was extremely frustrated. Extremely frustrated. I was in a private chat, too, with a few uploaders on here, and we were chatting about the fight, and I was telling people, like, yo, Rigo frustrates the shit out of people, man. If Rigo would have thrown way more punches, he would have dominated him. His skill set is beautiful to watch. It's very beautiful to watch. My only complaint, as I said, was, you know, he's just got to follow up with the combo. You know, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. He's got to land the jab, which he was landing. Follow up. It's got to be a 1-2-3, get out. You know, jab to the stomach, left hand out. You know, even a 2-punch combo. You gotta string something together. You have to. Javed says, bro, I don't get Stormy's sense. I have to look him up. What do you mean? What did Stormy say? They're watching another fight on YouTube. Okay. If Rigo didn't do enough, what did Casimero do? Yeah, that's basically what I just said. Like, if you want to criticize Rigo for not doing enough, that's fine. But what did Casimero really do, though? He didn't land any combos either. And he was punching at air. So, look, man, 117, 111. I mean, that's terrible. That's terrible. Benny Bria, how can Rigo win if he ran all night? Well, how can Casimero run when he can't land shit? How about that? Answer me that. Rigo didn't do shit but run. What did Casimero do, though? What did he do? Yeah, okay, he was trying, but you don't give points to a dude who's trying. You give points to a dude who lands shots, who's being effective. Casimero was not effective. He was frustrated. He was getting tired. He didn't know how to deal with Rigo's movement. And so don't sit up here and act like Casimero. You know, don't baby him. Don't baby him. The dude couldn't do shit either. Was it a fan favorite fight? No. But you either appreciate Rigo's ability or you don't. And if you don't appreciate it, then you and I don't have anything to talk about. If you think the fight was close, that's fine. If you think that Casimero won by a round or two, I'd be okay. But if you're going to sit up here and be like, nah, Rigondeaux doesn't deserve shit because he ran the whole night, you don't know shit about boxing. If you're going to come up in here on Divine Sense Boxing and say Rigondeaux didn't deserve to win any rounds because he was running, get off my stream because you don't know shit about boxing. Run, run, run. Yeah, I got these people. Run, run, run. Okay. Appreciate running. Okay, yeah, keep talking shit. Keeping it real my ass. Keeping it fake. Keeping it, I don't know shit about boxing. That's what I see. There's a difference between effective aggression and being aggressive and not landing shit. Exactly. Boxing is not running. Well, what's boxing then? What's boxing then? Toe-to-toe? Rock'em sock'em robots? Who can punch harder? Who can punch better? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Tony Forrester says the boxing community never liked Rigo's style. Boxing has turned into, unless you're a slugfest, that you're a runner. I agree Rigo could have done more, but Rigo had the cleaner shots and ring IQ. 1,000%. So literally, it's subjective. Which way do you score as a judge? Do you score for a guy who's trying to press the fight, trying to make a fight, or do you appreciate the sweet science and appreciate a guy who can move and not get hit with basically anything? How do you run? Someone explain this to me. How do you run when you're in a square circle surrounded by fucking ropes? Where are you going to run to? Where are you going to run? You ain't running unless you step outside of those ropes and go down the fucking tunnel. So where are you running? Where are you running? There's two men in a ring, a square circle with ropes around it. So where are you running? Oh, you want to fight in straight lines like this is the 1920s. We fighting in straight lines now. So we're gonna sit up here and we're gonna criticize and critique Willie Pep now, one of the best to ever do it, over 200 fights, with over 240 fights with over 200 wins or some shit. Is that what we're gonna do now? We're gonna debunk the sweet science, defensive ability, footwork, elusiveness. Is that what we're gonna do now? C. Wood, what's good, man? Rigo should have won. Absolutely, we should have won. And yo, we got 100 people on this live stream right now. I appreciate everyone dropping by, but we only got 12 likes. What's up with that shit? Make sure you're smashing that like button. I'm out here taking time out of my beach time. You guys know I'm out here on the beach, man. See all that light? I'm out here on the beach. Okay, so I'm out here taking time out of my beach time. It's Sunday for me, okay? Sunday afternoon. And I got 15 likes and 120 people in here. Like, we got to hit that like button, man. Come on, people. We out here talking about the sweet science. If you don't agree, then you can roll out. You can roll out. Am I sitting up here saying that Rigondeaux won by a landslide? No. Am I sitting up here saying that Rigondeaux boxed perfectly and he had no mistakes? No. I am saying, though, however, that in the sport of boxing, there's no such thing as running. You can't run when you're inside of a square that is roped off and you got nowhere to go except in a circle. If you can't figure out how to cut off the ring and stop a guy who is trying to be elusive, then that's on you. Okay? Should have Rigondeaux punched more? Yes. Should Rigondeaux string together some combinations? Yes. He should have done more. But to sit here and be satisfied with a 117, 111 scorecard, you don't know shit about boxing. Period. 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 And I'm glad to see this live stream blowing up here. And I got all this run. See, here's the thing. Y'all exposing yourself. And this is why I'm not going to delete you. I'm not going to block you. You're exposing yourself. I am literally live right now on Sunday morning on an island, and I am exposing casual boxing fans. That's astonishing, is it? And I'm going to keep it rolling. Keep them coming in. Terry Smoot Jr. says, how you win a fight and can't hit the man? Yeah, so if you're going to criticize Rigondeaux by saying, he was running and he didn't punch enough. Okay. Well, how does Casimero win the fight if he can't land a punch? The dude can't land a punch. How do you win a fight? What do you guys know about cutting off the ring? Nothing. That's obvious. That's obvious. Hoplo, don't diss the 20s. Benny Leonard did not fight in straight lines. Laugh out loud. Well, Hoplo, you know what I'm getting at. You know what I'm getting at. Obviously, there were always some oddballs out there. Obviously, Willie Pep was an oddball too. There were many others who were oddballs. But let's be honest. Even in today's sport, how many boxers box like Rigondeaux? And y'all sitting up here acting as if this is the first time that you've seen Rigondeaux box like this. This is what he does. This is why I get so goddamn frustrated. I'm about to throw this fucking chair into the ocean right now. Because this is why I get so frustrated at people. You know how Rigondeaux fights. You know his style. You training for this fight. And if you're assuming that he's going to fight you toe-to-toe, then you don't know how to construct the game plan, do you? It's just like Pacquiao had 5 years, let me say that again, had 5 years to prepare for Mayweather. He knew that Mayweather uses a shoulder roll. He knows that Mayweather likes the pot shot. He knows that Mayweather likes to go to the body, hit the body with the jab, and go up to the head, check left hook, straight right hand down the pipe. He's been looking and studying Mayweather for years. 5 years in particular. And when the fight happened, he couldn't cut off the ring. He couldn't avoid Mayweather's counter punching. Rigondeaux did not come into this fight and miraculously develop this new ability to be elusive and defensive. He has built a career with this type of boxing pedigree. He's not a fan favorite because he doesn't punch in volumes. He doesn't get involved in battles. But he doesn't care. Rigondeaux doesn't care. And boxing fans should expect this. And if Casimero cannot figure out a way, and his team cannot figure out a way to cut off the ring, okay, and land, at least, could you land a 3-punch combo? Can you get him tied up in the ropes? Can you corner him? Can you get dirty with it? Can you get him in a clinch and work the inside? Can you do something to get Rigondeaux out of his rhythm? Terry Smoot says the man was punching ghosts. I don't think I've ever seen a fighter miss that many punches in a long time. I mean, there were times when I was watching the fight and I was like, come on, Ringo. Come on, Rigo. Like, throw some combinations. Like, sit down on your punches. But at the same time, I'm like, damn. Casimero is literally punching at air. He couldn't land the left hook. He couldn't land the jab. Every time he tried to load up with the right hand, he went flying into the ropes. Don't you get points for that? If you make a fighter miss that terribly, do we not give points for that? I don't know, man. Maybe I am crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Ezekiel Bruno, this guy's butthurt. I ain't butthurt because I'm not a Rigo fan per se, but I am a boxing fan and I know boxing. And all you Filipinos in here, I see y'all up in here talking shit. That's cool, man. I love the Philippines. I live about 4 hours away from you. Okay? I ain't got no problem with the Filipinos, but I see you in here talking shit because you want to support your countrymen. That's cool. But look, man, I've been dealing with you guys for over 10 years. All right? This channel is nothing new. I've been around since 2008 battling with you people, with Pacquiao, Mayweather, and all this other shit. I respect you guys. You guys always come out and support your countrymen no matter what. I respect that. But you can't convince me that your countryman won just because he was trying to be aggressive. That's not how boxing works. But, you know, I'm not going to delete nobody. I'm not going to block nobody because if I was truly butthurt, I'll block and delete all these dumbass comments that I'm seeing. But it's cool, man. You know why? Because I got my feet up. I'm on an island. I'm chilling. And y'all viewing my shit. You guys are viewing my shit. So I appreciate the views. I appreciate it. We forgot the illegal hit on the head on the knockdown like Roy Jones Jr. Illegal back of the head punch. Yeah, I mean, Wilder got hit behind the head too when he got knocked down. Tristan Manalo says, I'm a casual, want to learn. Difference with Pacquiao Broner was that Pacquiao landed, or did Broner actually win? Oh no, Pacquiao definitely beat Broner. Pacquiao definitely beat Broner. He outpunched him. He outworked him. Broner was in the Philly shell, standing in front of Pacquiao, trying to land some right hands here and there. But Pacquiao was landing. Pacquiao was landing shots. Pacquiao was outworking Broner. Up and down, body, head, jumping around angles. Broner would try to roll out, and Pacquiao will cut off the ring and stay on top of him. Okay? Casimero cannot do that. He couldn't cut off the ring. He couldn't land combinations. You're like, Pacquiao, let's be honest here. Pacquiao is no Casimero. Pacquiao is a legend. Pacquiao is a future Hall of Famer. Okay? Pacquiao has seen it all. This was a learning process for Casimero. He's never faced anybody like Rigondeaux, and he's probably never missed this many punches in his whole professional career. This was a learning curve for him. I mean, these comments are astounding. Divine Sense, who won the fight? Casimero, right? To be honest with you, I didn't write a scorecard down. I just watched the fight as an observer. I think the 117-111 scorecard was absolutely a robbery. It was disgusting. But if you want to give Casimero the win by a round, it's subjective. I don't mind it. If you're not a fan of elusive style and you want to give Casimero credit for trying to push the fight and you want to give him one round, I'm not going to be too upset about that. But 117-111 is completely disrespectful to a man who wasn't hit with more than probably 20 punches the whole fight. I think you should listen to Showbiz the Adults. You need to learn from Showbiz the Adults. I don't think I need to learn from anybody. Boxing is subjective. I've been in and out of the sport of boxing for over 15 years. We all have our different opinions. Some people like an aggressive puncher. People love Pacquiao for that, and I love people that love Pacquiao. I don't have a problem with it, but I support the elusive, defensive, counter-punching style. That's what I like. Okay, when I boxed in my younger days, that's the style that I had personally. At the end of the day, boxing is subjective. There is no right or wrong answer. We all have our favorite fighters, we all have our favorite style, okay? But what I will not accept is scoring a fight 117, 111 when the dude is not landing any punches. I refuse to allow that and accept that. That's boxing, not marathon. Okay, move on, bro. Okay, that's boxing, not marathon. He never faced a kind of Rigondeaux who runs his ass off and scared. Okay, Rigo won. He outclassed him. Brinan Smith, what's up? Dennis Batista says, shut up. Rigo is challenger. He must be aggressive if you want to win. Dennis, look, I don't know why you got to come in here and say shut up. Just because we have a different opinion, you got to come in here and be aggressive. I'm not cussing anybody out. I'm not blocking anybody. I'm not deleting anybody. Okay? But look, should Rigo do more? I don't know if you just joined the stream. I already said like 10 times, Rigo should have done more. He should have stringed together combinations. He should have punched more to secure the victory and take it to the champion. I agree with that. But let's not sit here and act as if Casimero did a phenomenal job and cut off the ring and beat up Rigondeaux. And you call it running, I call it boxing. That's the difference. Four aces. Americans think running is movement, and some countries think it's chicken move. That's fair. That's fair. Four aces. Maybe. Yeah. Man, aggression is the key to win the fight if your opponent is constantly running. Rigo can beat Bolt in a foot race. I doubt that, but I appreciate the sarcasm. Herbert says it's not about being subjective. Casimero is the champion, so it's up to his opponent to challenge him. It's about dominating the current champion. I already said that Rigo did not do enough to make the fight convincing. I understand that Casimero is the champion, but it was not a 117, 111 fight. You were generalizing all Filipinos. That was not good. I was not generalizing all Filipinos. I said that I have love for Filipinos. I said that I've been dealing with Filipinos for years who supported Pacquiao 10 years ago when I supported Mayweather, and Filipinos came on my channel calling me all kinds of racist slurs and all this different stuff. But I've also met amazing Filipinos who are very kind and polite people. And you see it in the chat. Some Filipinos come in here asking questions, want to learn. And so, no, I am not generalizing Filipinos. There's no such thing as everybody being the same. Everybody's their own person, okay? But if you come in here and say things like "shut up," "you're stupid," "you're an idiot," "oh, your butt hurt," and things like that, then that's you being aggressive, not me. We can talk boxing. That's fine. Rigo will win in running. The aggressor should win. Watch a marathon. Okay. How can you do a marathon when you're inside of a ring that's roped off? You know, like where are you gonna run? Two fighters are moving in a circular motion. This is not a sprint. Bro, I respect your eye. You really see the landed punch. Soul Rebel says, huge Rigo fan, but the lack of capitalizing was shameful. Still think Rigo won, but they're not going to give a guy like Rigo after that. He will never have a main event again. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that comment, soul boxing. Bro, most of these folks don't watch boxing at all. Dave, Casimero looked silly in that ring. Julius Sullivan, Rigo needs to retire. Not all 40s have the speed and power like Pac-Man. Um, I mean, Pacquiao is amazing. At 42 years old, he's aged like a fine wine. Um, it's remarkable that he was ready to fight Spence. That fight fell through, but he's now going to go against Yugas. I think it's going to be a tough fight, and win or lose, Pacquiao is a future Hall of Famer, and I give him all the respect in the world. Is Rigo done? Uh, he looked in pretty damn good shape for me, personally. I don't know how he would do if he did decide to sit down on his punches and trade with someone. I don't know at 40 years old he'd be able to take any type of damage, but to be honest with you, I don't know why he decided to have that game plan. I knew he was going to come in and box. I knew that he was going to try to be elusive because that's his style. That's the way he fights. But I was expecting him to do a little bit more on the offensive side. Um, and so, yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a disappointment. But again, like it's not like Casimero was landing combinations and cutting off the ring and imposing his will. That's just not what happened. I got 400 people in this stream right now. We got to get the likes up, people. We can agree, we can disagree, or we can agree to disagree. But I am on here trying to have a boxing conversation, be as civil as I possibly can. And I would appreciate if you guys at least like the video. And if you don't, then I guess that's your choice. But I don't know why you would stay in here. If you disagree with me so much to the point where you don't want to like this video, then I don't know why you stay in this stream. Jeffrey Lopez says, Divine Boxing, salute. Keep up the good work. I appreciate you, Jeffrey. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing and stay a part of the conversation. Rigo frustrated Casimero to where Rigo's hands were down and Casimero would not punch. Bro, I haven't seen these folks since Pacquiao lost in 2015. Yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting. Moto AP, at Divine Sense, throwing a punch is a specific skill on boxers, not running at all times. Moto, I already said, Rigo should have punched more. I've said it lots of times. CG Perez says, hater of Casimero. I am not a hater. I see how I see it, but that's fine. Look, everybody is having free reign on my stream here. I'm not blocking anybody. I'm not deleting any comments. I'm giving everybody their respect. Okay, we're talking boxing here, so keep it respectful. Idone, I'm not sure if I pronounced it correctly. I apologize if I didn't. Even a lot of fighters don't know the technical aspect of boxing. If you know the art, you know Rigo is still skilled. I think his left hand is so far gone he can't throw those laser lefts. He's not the same as he was 10 years ago. I agree. I do agree with that. Rigo has banged it out in many fights and was way more active versus Donaire. True, he was. He was. And that's why I said, like, I don't know why he wanted to fight the way that he fought in this fight. I don't think he needed to be honest with you. I think that he could have boxed at times. He could have sat down on his punches at times. But for whatever reason, he wanted to be on his bicycle and keep it moving. And maybe it was because he wasn't confident with his hand speed. I mean, I'm not sure, man. But at the end of the day, Casimero had a real difficult time trying to hit him. And you have to credit a man who's able to not get hit. I mean, that is a skill within itself. And if you ever been in the boxing ring before, you would know that it's not easy to avoid punches the way Rigo is able to avoid punches. A lot of comments in here, guys. I apologize if I don't get to your comment right away. The super chat is open, man. So if you guys send a super chat, it's going to be highlighted, and I'll definitely read it. But there's just a lot of action going on right now. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Rigo hurt his hand a few years ago and hasn't used his left since. Yeah, I remember that. Jeffrey says, I've been subscribed for about a month. I heard you on Barbershop Conversation. Oh, yeah, man. Thanks, bro. Thanks, Jeffrey. Terry says, how do you win punching the ropes? Jeffrey says, hit that like button. I mean, we got 300 people in here, and we got 55 likes. That's quite telling. I don't even know how many dislikes I have. I can't check on here on my phone, but I probably got 100 dislikes. But you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. You know, you don't agree with people, and that's how people treat you out here. They test in the first round, so they run. Okay. Please check the replay. Why, guys? Stop repeating. Stop repeating your comments, man. My biggest complaint with Rigo is Ronnie urged him to feint and throw certain shots, but he refused. I would like to hear Ronnie's take on the fight. Yeah, me too. Ronnie said that he feels that he can stop him. He told Rigo, he's like, bro, sit down on your punches, throw a combination. You have a good chance to actually stop this dude. But he didn't. He kept moving. So, I don't know. LC Internet Explorer. What's good, man? I feel like a lot of Cuban-born fighters stay fighting like this, still in the Olympics. This is why sometimes these types of fights happen, Rigo and Laura. Yeah, the Cuban style is very distinct. The Cuban style is very well known for many, many years throughout boxing. It's a counter-punching boxing style, you know, in and out, not get hit. A lot of Puerto Ricans adopt that style as well. And so that's my point. You're preparing for a fight against Rigo, who you know has that type of ability, and you have to adjust accordingly. Rigo, please return the treadmill to the gym. What's good? How you doing, Jose? How you doing, bro? 59. C. Wood says 59.45. What do you mean? Oh, okay. The likes and dislikes. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, C. Wood. This is the thanks that I get for coming out here, taking time out of my day to talk about boxing. You know, you say things that people don't agree with. So, you know, they come on here. We've got 300 people in the live stream, and all they want to do here is just sit here and criticize and click the dislike button. It's unfortunate, because if I went on a live stream and there was somebody saying, oh, Casimero did an excellent job, he was trying to push the fight, he was trying to win the fight, he was the aggressor, Rigondeaux, all he did was run. If I was listening to a live stream, I would probably watch it and be like, oh, I don't agree, and then I keep it moving. I'd click the dislike button and write all these crazy comments to try to get, you think you're going to change my mind? I've been talking about boxing for 15 years. You know, you ain't going to change my mind. So either you can like it and say, hey man, thanks for your opinion, and keep it moving. You can not agree with me and keep it moving, but to dislike and talk shit in the chat, it's just childish. Herbert says, by the way, you have the control and opinion because this is your channel. You will get lots of views despite our opposition. Well played. Just continue being transparent. Hoping you would expand viewership. I mean, I don't delete people or block people, and if people dislike it, it is what it is, man. I'm just saying it's childish. I don't lose sleep at night. Trust me. Dude, are these even real people? These are bots, right? You never know. Rigo felt it in round one. That's why he was running to avoid to be KO'd. Um, maybe, maybe he felt some power. Yeah, maybe he was like, all right, this dude does hit hard, so let me be careful. Let me be cautious. Um, that's possible. That's possible. Rigo was the jackal tonight, won the fight clearly, but you were also an entertainer, and that's why Rigo has a part to play in his career and lack of big fights. Joseph says, I'm a Filipino. I like your opinion. You're very correct. Boxing is a science. Styles make fights. Casimero just could not solve the style of Rigo. It should have been a draw. And Joseph, I would be fine with the draw. I think a draw would be fair. I think a draw is saying, okay, Rigondeaux displayed excellent movement, very evasive. He couldn't be hit, but at the same time, Casimero was the aggressor. He was trying to press the fight. So, you scored a draw, and Casimero keeps his belt anyways, right? If it's a draw, Casimero keeps his belt. So, you know, I I'm totally fine. I'm totally fine with the draw. And I appreciate you, Joseph, man. Please consider subscribing and stay a part of the conversation. I talk a lot of things boxing, and I'll be talking a lot about Pacquiao Ugas coming up here. Four Aces says, bro, just say it. First round is a knockdown. Yeah, I mean, it's a knockdown, but it's borderline getting hit in the back of the head. So, I mean, I guess that's what the referee thought. Casimero landed the harder shots, though. Effective aggression equals a draw. Defense, Rigo. 11-12 ring. Generalship, Rigo, yeah. 61-50. Texas Life. Yeah, man, they're out here disliking shit, bro. It is what it is. Soul Rebel. Divine speaking the truth. I appreciate you, Soul Rebel. And that's the thing I want to let everyone know, man. You get a guy in here like Soul Rebel, and Soul Rebel and I have butted heads many times over the course of the past 2 months, and we disagree all the time. But Soul Rebel still comes in here. He likes to stream. He's a part of the conversation, and we talk boxing. That's how it should be. You know, I can go on somebody's channel like Maestro or The Boxing Voice or some of these other channels where I don't always agree with them. But I'm still going to like their videos. I'm still going to like their streams because at the end of the day, this is boxing, man. And as long as they don't talk about this racist shit or they don't politicize boxing and they don't be disrespectful to fighters or other YouTube channels or whatnot, then I'm going to appreciate your boxing opinion. Yahweh says, Divine, we still here. I appreciate all of my subscribers that are still. I don't think, if you're a subscriber of mine, I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before. Normally, I get on here and, you know, we've got our small group of subscribers here, maybe 50, 60 people. But now, like, we hit 350 at one point. Obviously, they're not subscribers of the channel. They came in here to hear my thoughts about the fight. And I appreciate my subscribers standing firm, standing steadfast, and supporting me. Good job being unbiased. Rigo lost on the card, so it is what it is. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Adonai. Hope you subscribe to the channel, bro. Stay a part of the conversation. I'd like your commentary, so I would love to keep seeing you come in here and leave your comments, man. You're making a post-fight analysis and you question the scoring disparity of one judge in favor of Casimero. What do you say about the judge who scored at 115, 113 in favor of Rigo? That's from Elmer. Elmer, that's a fair question. 115, 113 for Rigo. Not too much of a problem with it, to be honest, because there's a big difference between 115, 113 and 117 and 111. Okay? 6 rounds disparity compared to 2 rounds. That's a massive difference in a championship boxing match. But as I said when I first came on here streaming, that I didn't write down any scores. I just watched it as a fan. I regret that now because now I went live and people are challenging me. So I wish I would have wrote down the scores. I might do that at a later time, go back and rewatch it with no commentary, watch it on mute. But off the top of my head, like, if I would have had to score it on the fly, I probably would have scored it a draw or have Rigo winning by 1 round. Just my opinion. And if somebody says Casimero won by 1 round or 2 rounds, I'd be okay with that. I wouldn't be upset at that. Just because Rigo should have done more. And Casimero was trying to push the fight. I give him credit for it. He just wasn't effective. That's the problem. I disagree with you 100% because the sport is boxing and not running. That's not technical. Okay, Jose, that's your opinion. Thanks for dropping by. Wrong. Rigo landed the harder shots, guy in the chat. The only thing that hurt Rigo was his own style. UOG TV, Mexican and Filipino have the best toe-to-toe fighters. Yeah, sure, they do. They're very hard-nosed, tough fighters from the Philippines and Mexico. They like to mix it up. They have their own styles. Yeah, they very tough fighters from Mexico and the Philippines, no doubt. Manila Dream says, the punches are so fast. Rigondeaux looks like under control, but slow motion replay tells a different story. I believe it's just fair. Maybe Rigo can fight again in a different way. So, question for Manila Dreams. Do you think it's fair to score at 117 to 111? Kenneth Perry, what's good, man? Kenneth Perry, a subscriber of mine. I always recognize Kenneth Perry. Mayweather Jr. does the same thing. You win on points if there is no knockout. Rules to the sport of boxing are clear. It's not who punches harder, it's who lands the most punches. Salute, Divine. I appreciate you, bro. Because of Casimero, that's why you got 300 today. Casimero is big. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But just because I've got 300 people coming in here to hear my thoughts about Casimero, doesn't mean that that I'm going to change my tune or cater to the people. I'm going to speak what I feel, and that's what I do. I'm consistent on how I score fights, how I see fights, and I'm honest. I always prefer a boxing, elusive, defensive, counter-punching style. And, yeah, that's just me being honest. I'm not going to be like, oh, there's 300 people in here. Let me say the right things. Nah. And that's what I hope people appreciate. I hope people appreciate my honesty, and I hope people appreciate that I stay consistent. A lot of comments here, guys. If you guys really want me to read a comment, you're going to have to send me a super chat because the comment section is blowing up here. Vic DV says, you're not a Filipino or a Mexican. That's why you like Rigo running. Rigo's running style running. Well, I don't know why this has to be so race-driven, but if you want to get nitty-gritty, I grew up in a Hispanic neighborhood. I grew up going to boxing gyms, predominantly Mexican. So I have a fair amount of experience working with uh, Mexican trainers and fighters and sparring in my early teenage years. So I know all about it. I think it's more of your physical attributes as well. Okay. And also, you're born with power, you're born with a chin. Those things you can't teach. You're born with it. And sometimes you're born with the ability to come forward and take punches, and you're born with that type of heart and grit. It's a little bit of culture, but it's also something that you're born with. And for me, I don't think it's a Mexican, Filipino, or white or black thing. I think it's more of uh, I've I've never been a guy who likes to get punched in the face. I like to defend myself and be elusive and make it difficult for my opponent to land a punch. And I'm 5'10", and I have a 75-inch reach, so I have a very big reach for my height. And I like to fight at range. So I think that makes more sense than saying, "Oh, it has to do with race." But that's my opinion. Master Storm, what's good, man? I'm glad you made it. Master Storm, bro. We got over 200 people at 1.350 people in here. I know Master Storm's probably shocked by that. He's probably shocked by the dislikes as well. He says this is pretty much a preview of what's going to happen in the Yugas fight. I won't say anything to that. Americans like you destroys boxing. Why would you award the win to a runner? It is fighting. It's boxing. It's not fighting. This is not a street brawl. This is not a backyard brawling match. These are professionals. I'll say it again. These are professional boxers. This is boxing. It's a sport. It is a science. It is. It has a plethora of different styles and techniques. That's why they call it the sweet science. But thanks for dropping by. Old Pac fans have come back and launched or latched on Casimero. Casimero was in a parental camp running with Manny, so he picked up a lot of his fans. That's cool. I don't got no problem with Casimero. I mean, he I've only seen him fight. I think this is my third time watching him fight, and that's just because I don't watch the lower weight classes that much. I don't watch like bantamweights, but I think this is my third time watching him. He's fun to watch. He's fun to watch, and I wish him nothing but the best. And I hope that he continues to do great things for himself and for the Philippines, and perhaps he's the next great thing after Pacquiao retires. But tonight, he had a difficult time. He had a difficult time. And if you're going to sit in here and think like, oh, no, it wasn't difficult, it was because Rigo was running, then I guess you can just not agree with me and you can leave the stream. Adone says, I subscribed. I appreciate you, bro. I hope to see you on more videos. LC Internet says, you got a lot, that boring style from Cuban southpaws. They know how not to get hit and counter with the straight left. Yeah. But, it's the old saying, different strokes for different folks. People like different things. And I would imagine a lot of the Filipinos in here, this is not a generalization because I was accused of that earlier in the stream. But like I said, I've been in the Philippines. I have a lot of Filipino friends. And a lot of Filipinos like basketball as well. And I've played basketball with Filipinos. They're always good fun. But just like basketball, there are different styles, okay? Some like to shoot the ball. Some like to drive to the basket. Some like to pass the ball. Some like to defend. It's preference, okay, people? It's preference. Manila Dreams, if they will favor Rigondeaux the way boxers will fight, maybe the sport will die in due time. Well, the thing about it is, Manila Dreams, is that styles make fights. And anytime you have a boxer who is elusive fighting against a puncher, it's always entertaining. That's why Mayweather and Pacquiao was always entertaining, because who's going to win? The boxer, the counter puncher, or the puncher, the guy who's going to come forward and try to knock you out. That's what makes boxing beautiful. And I don't think because you have boxers with the style of Rigondeaux gonna kill the sport. I think the opposite. I think when you have fighters who can move like Rigondeaux, and then you have fighters like Casimero who can hurt you, it's always gonna make it a fun fight. We have to think about Sugar Ray Robinson and Jake LaMotta, right? Jake LaMotta was not athletic, but he was tough, and he can hurt you, and he tracks you down. And Sugar Ray Robinson was very athletic, very savvy, um, and he had amazing ring generalship. So, yeah, I mean, I think it makes boxing very interesting. Uh, to people think it's a draw or Rigo wins. You're just so dumb to be a boxing fan. Go watch the highlights. Rigo punching Casimero's gloves. Casimero landed more clean punches. You're dumb. Okay, Vic. Thanks for your opinion. Thanks for dropping by. Alejandro Garcia, what's up, man? Good to see you. Thanks for dropping by as well. So, doing a matrix thing, dodging bullets, makes more of a difference that can make a boxer a winner. I don't know if you can compare it to the Matrix, but yes, to avoid punches, that is a skill. And if you've ever boxed before, then you would know. Reading through the comments, guys. See, a lot of you guys are repeating the same comments, and all you're doing is making it difficult for people to comment. Like, who's this dude? Like, I got, I gotta put you in timeout, bro, because you're being silly. Deku scouts. You got to be put in timeout. J. Dot. Another scam. Run, run, run. Usain Bolt versus Rigondeaux. All right. Thanks for your opinion. Laugh out loud. There's literally nowhere to run in the ring. Like, Felix, I'm trying to tell these people, man, they don't get it. They don't get it, bro. If y'all complaining so much, why didn't y'all watch Virgil Ortiz versus Eddie Jules? How can you win basketball by defense alone? How can you win without punching? Well, defense does win championships. Simply DIY. Defense normally wins championships. Manila Dreams, I love you, man. I respect your opinion. But Rigondeaux had thrown average of 3 or 4 punch around and 2 meters away from Casimero. He is not boxing, but surviving to stand. It is boxing. Well, because you're being respectful, Manila Dreams, I appreciate you. We can agree to disagree, and we can move on amicably. And perhaps if you subscribe to the channel, we can get into some other discussions. And I would like to talk to you and have you a part of the discussion after the Pacquiao-Ugas fight as well. But SFD, you a gay, then you don't know what a fight really is, bitch. It's called a fight for a reason. And I box, I'll spar with you if you want. Alright, another fucking idiot. Bye. Rigo's previous fight to say how he makes toe-to-toe and win by knockout. Why didn't he do the Casimero? He's scared. Divine Sense, let me ask you something on my next comment. Yeah, go ahead, Jave. I'm trying to read this stuff. Got a lot of comments, a lot of silly shit. Rigo fought toe-to-toe because of complaints, and he was trying to get a big fight. Rigo's previous fight to Ceja, he makes toe to toe and he win by knockout. Why didn't he Casimero? He's scared. Yeah, I mean, look, guys, to Yayo JTV's comment here, maybe he was hurt in the first round. And maybe he was like, oh, I don't want to go toe to toe with this guy. I'd rather just box. That's very possible. I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that at all. But Casimero, he has to make adjustments, man. He has to make adjustments. He can't expect a boxer to go toe to toe with him. Because, yes, Rigo has fought in a phone booth before. He's exchanged punches with people before. Yeah, he's done it before. But that's not his style, really. Okay? He can do both. And yeah, maybe he was hurt, and maybe he thought, hey man, I gotta move because this might be a tough fight. And Casimero is the champion. He has to make adjustments. And I give Casimero credit for, being the champion and trying to make a fight, but he just couldn't land anything, man. And it's hard for me to give a fighter rounds when he can't land anything. And I guess your opinion would be, oh, I can't give a fighter a round if he's not punching. So, see, that's the difficulty of this fight. And maybe it should have been scored a draw, and then we run it back and we have a rematch. And both fighters can make adjustments, and maybe Casimero can knock him out in the rematch. They running makes you think it's a draw or Rigo wins. Fucking dumb boxer. Did you watch the highlights? This makes you so dumb. Watch the highlights. All right, Vic. Bro, I gave you like 3 strikes already. I'm sorry, but not sorry. I can only tolerate so much dumb shit. So, bye. Yeah. They always applaud Willie Pep for winning a round without punching. Rigo just tried for 12. Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. Wrench me up. Yeah, I don't know if I can do it on my phone, man. Let me try. Let's see if this works. Manila Dreams, don't use bad words. Please respect the host. Yeah, I mean, like, for real. I appreciate people. I'm not up here calling people out in the chat, calling them all kinds of names and being disrespectful. But obviously people are being very disrespectful to me. But, I'm used to it. It's time to retire for Rigo. Their country is very disappointing to him. I don't know about all that. I mean, he looked pretty damn good for 40 years old, if you ask me. It's just different styles, man. Roberto says, it's not difficult, sir. I'd rather give the round to the one who's trying to make a fight, missed a lot, than the one avoiding to engage. I respect your opinion. And I respect your opinion, Roberto. Thanks for stopping by, man. Consider subscribing to the channel. I'd like to have you a part of the conversation in the future. Thank you for being respectful. Yeah, sorry I'm not doing my job. I'm kind of busy. Yeah, I need my wrenches to start wrenching away here, man. Now the viewership's starting to drop a bit. We got up to about 350 there for a moment. But it's starting to drop, because I start speaking that boxing knowledge, and people get upset because we can't agree, so they dislike my video, say a bunch of random shit, and then they dislike my video and leave. It's unfortunate. Like I said earlier, like, I go on people's streams sometimes, and they say some stuff, and I'm scratching my head, and I'm like, What's this guy saying? But I don't do that, man. Maybe I'm just raised differently. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. Maybe I have a different mindset and I respect people, even if we can't agree. Rigondeaux needs to be exiled from Cuba permanently and put him in the San Francisco Gay Parade. Somebody remove this dude, man. Ron. Uh, Monster would do Rigo won if the competition is 200-meter run, but it's boxing. All right, that's your opinion. All this running stuff, I don't get offended by it. So all the wrenches in here, I don't get offended. If they want to come in here and say Rigondeaux ran, that's fine. That's their opinion. Um, no need to get upset at it. But when they start calling me idiots and stupid and gay, like, they need to go. They don't deserve to be on my channel. But if they want to say, oh, Rigondeaux ran, whatever, that's just their opinion. No need to block. Who said that? Terry Smoot. How do you get a wrench? Are you subscribed to the channel yet? If you're subscribed to the channel, I can make you a wrench. All right, cool. Hawker Mustang, not in a million years, and you know why. And you're lucky that I still allow you to be on my channel. And the only reason why I do allow you to be on my channel is because you and I have a long history of going back and forth, and you're basically the Joker to me being Batman. So it's kind of like can't live with you, can't live without you type of situation. Other than that, that's the only credit you're going to get. You're definitely not going to be wrenched. You know that. Come on. All right, Terry, you're wrenched up, bro. I appreciate you subscribing and being a part of the conversation. I'm still learning all this stuff about this wrench shit. This is the first time I've ever live streamed on my phone, by the way, too. Haters mad because their man was exposed. I mean, the real class looked timid and sloppy. Yeah. Since Drew Titan put you on, King. Yeah, man. Shout out to Drew. Shout out to Drew. Felix. Yeah, no doubt. I'm going to wrench you up right now. Now that I've figured out how to do it. All right, Felix, you're good to go. Boxing is not running. Name of the game, disgrace to all boxing enthusiasts. Bernardo Valeros. That's your opinion, man. That's cool. Appreciate you stopping by. And I do want to make one thing clear. I want to make one thing clear to people that although I do prefer to watch the style of a Rigondeaux or the style of a Irislandi Lora or a style of a Floyd Mayweather, Willie Pep I bring him up a lot because he is my all-time favorite fighter, and I'll probably make a video about him soon. But, although that is what I like, I'm like anybody else, man. I like to watch two fighters go head-to-head. You know what I mean? I'm like anybody else. I like a nice toe-to-toe, slug it out. But is it my go-to? No, it's not. It's not. I remember in the days of like Barrera and Morales and Marquez, and they're all smashing each other's faces in. Very entertaining times. It's just like I always liked Roy Jones Jr. too. He was another favorite fighter of mine growing up. Tom, yep, definitely wrenching you up right now, bro. Man, I'm so glad that I figured out how to work this. This channel not fair or balanced, Divine. How is it not fair or balanced? Because I don't let trolls have wrenches? That doesn't make much sense, bro. I understand though. All of the LDBC said Rigo was robbed. I never said that Rigo was robbed. I said the 117-111 scorecard was fucking atrocious. I did say that. Divine Sense. Look at the views. They dropped. Laugh out loud. They scared. Yeah, we went from 350 to 88. Yeah, man. I guess I hit the sweet spot. And it's sad, you know, for all my wrenches in here. It's sad that at one point we have 350 people and we only have 74 likes. That is very, very telling. And the people that like this stream, the 74 people, I would say probably 90% are my subscribers. And the other 10% were people who came and liked what I was saying and showed me respect and liked it. Other than that, what else can it be? You have 350 people viewing and you only have 75 likes. That is very telling. And that shows you the state that boxing is in. You know, this is why boxing continues to struggle to have like a real brotherhood of fans, you know, to be honest. It's sad. It's sad. Seriously though, 350 people watching, and I can't even get 100 likes. And I don't know. It's not like I was on here being disrespectful. It's not like I was on here saying anything that I've never said before. You know, I was hoping that people would at least appreciate my consistency and my honesty. I don't ever, you know, say things to amuse the masses and be like, oh, let me say this because I have 300 people in here. You know, I don't do this, man, for views and subscribers. I mean, that's part of it when you're a content creator. But everyone who's wrenched up in here, those are the true boxing fans, in my opinion. And let me tell you, man, I have people in here that are subscribed that don't always agree with me, but they're subscribed and they come in and they show respect, and that's how it should be. Manila Dream says, Roy Jones Jr. is the most brilliant fighter I'd ever seen. He is truly a technical fighter. Oh, shit, my wrench got you, bro. Sorry. My wrench is going to work here. Terry Smooth said, you had a great stream, Divine. You got great views with this stream, but it's the trolls king. Rigo is the most ducked fighter in the last 20 years. Fact. He was ducked quite a bit. That's why he's 40 years old. And, I mean, he should have probably another at least minimum 10 fights on his record, and he doesn't. I'm not going to stay on here much longer, guys. I got to hit the gym. I didn't even plan on going live, to be honest with you. And I sure as hell didn't expect 350 people to jump in here. But you know what, man? I'm glad, because it really kind of lets me know what kind of people are out there. I'm glad. I'm glad I went live now. Not to just get my opinion out there about the fight, but also to see, like, okay, these are the type of boxing fans that we have out there. We still have a lot of people lurking, all right, that are not commenting. So if you appreciate the... All right, I'm back. Sorry, I accidentally clicked out. So I see some people still lurking. You're not commenting. But look, uh, let's get at least 80 likes before I get up out of here. Andrew, great analysis, always divine. I appreciate you. Andrew is actually a Patreon to the channel. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give Andrew a wrench as well. Congratulations, Andrew. You are now granted the notorious wrench, one of my moderators. Mike San Luis says, was not able to capitalize. He calling out Donaire, and would be a big task in my opinion, as Donaire has great counter punch and power. And you would probably rock Casimero with his body punches. Yeah, I agree with that. Mike. Thanks for dropping by. Floyd would have taken advantage of his missed punches, but Rigo is art. Gooey Smoogie, hey man, I respect your opinions and your take on boxing. I appreciate you, Gooey. Hopefully you're subscribed to the channel, and I would love to hear more from you in the future. Great shit, Divine. Love the honesty. You know me, so like I'm always honest, man. A lot of people don't like it. It would have been so easy. I want people to understand, like, it would have been so easy for me to come on here, see 350. If I'm all about views and subscribers, and that's the only thing I care about, which there are a lot of channels like that, let's be honest, okay? But if I was like that, I could have flipped the script right away, and all those 350 people would have subscribed, and I would have felt good about myself that I got an extra X amount. But I don't get down like that, man. It's just not who I am. And when it's all said and done, if it takes me 10 years to get 10,000 subscribers, then it is what it is. And at the end of the day, those who respect me are going to respect me to the fullest. And so when I run out in the public and go to fights, and I run into my wrenches, I run into my subscribers, I run into the people who support me, the respect is going to be highly regarded. You know what I mean? And that's much more important to me than just getting half-ass subscribers who don't appreciate me anyway. Manila Dream says, actually, I'm also some of the few fans of Rigondeaux. I also believe in you is avoiding him. Also, Donaire, avoid him to rematch with him. I agree, Manila Dreams. And same for you, Manila. You came in here, you were very respectful, and I appreciate that. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel and continue to be a part of the conversation, man. Mike San Luis says, will be interesting how he deals with actual offensive fighters. Boxing is not all about brawling. Absolutely, Mike. I agree with you. Thank you so much for your honesty. Antoine, what's good? Antoine, you guys see the little icon next to Antoine's name? You got a little sword there. That indicates that you are an official member of the channel. You have access to certain perks. You have access to certain emojis. And if you take the premium membership, you will have access to exclusive content, exclusive videos that I will never upload here publicly. It will only be for members only. So consider becoming an official member of the channel, and then you'll have access to that stuff. But it's good to see you, Antoine. Thanks for dropping by. Rigo was supposed to put Casimero to sleep. Instead, he put fans to sleep. But I thought Casimero was supposed to put Rigo to sleep. That's what I was hearing. I was hearing that Casimero was the one that was supposed to stop Rigo. And he didn't come close to doing that. So, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, Hawker. Yeah. All right. Yeah, man. So the gym is calling me. I gotta start. I gotta do some sparring today because I gotta prepare for Hawker Mustang. Hawker Mustang and I, before it's all said and done, we're gonna spar, right, Hawker? Hawker, when we spar, uh, I'll simulate Rigondeaux, and you can simulate Pacquiao. How about that? I think that'll be interesting for the viewers. And let's just let the best man win. How about that? I'll simulate Rigondeaux. Let's see if you can hit me. Okay, Hawker? Don't get frustrated, though. Don't get frustrated, though, if you can't hit me. I'm an old man now. It's not like I was on here 10 years ago. I was young and exuberant. I'm much older now, but I'm pretty sure I can still run the 40 in probably under 5.5 seconds. I should be able to run the 40 in under 5.5 seconds, even though I'm an old man. So we finally got 80 likes. That's amazing. We got 80 likes after having 350 people in the chat. I don't think I've ever witnessed anything like that since I've been back here on YouTube and experiencing this whole live stream stuff, which we never had back in the day. But yeah, very interesting, very telling. As I said, you get 350 people in the chat, and 300 out of 350 hate your guts. I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think I've ever seen that. I think I just hit the sweet spot, when a fight is just done and everybody's coming on YouTube to hear people's thoughts about who won the fight. And see, that's when you know that the fight is close. And that's when you know the fight isn't convincing. Because that's why they come on. They're like, who's going to talk shit about Casimero now? Let me find out who's talking shit. Who's this white dude? Who is this white guy? What is he saying? Oh, hell no. He's talking about Rigondeaux. He's saying Rigondeaux boxed beautifully. Fuck this guy. Yeah, let's dislike. And that's what happens. But that's the thing, though. If Casimero won convincingly, then they wouldn't be here. But it was a close fight, and of course, somebody like me, who's been around for a long time, is going to call out a 117-111 scorecard. That is fucking pathetic. And I think even Hawker Mustang can agree with that. It was close. It was definitely close. It was close because Casimero couldn't land shit, and Rigo wasn't throwing shit. And that makes it a close fight. And for the casual boxing fan who wants to see blood, sweat, and tears, it's a boring fight. And, and that's what happens. Felix says it's insanity on 78 Sports Stream. Swarms of them. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Yave said, I've been watching. Yeah, Yave's been on here since I first came on. He was like one of the first dudes on here. And so Yave, remember, it got up to like 400 almost, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. And the thing about 78 is like he's a much bigger channel than me, right? So a lot of trolls already know 78. So as soon as 78 goes live, that's the place they're going to go first. They're going to go to 78 first. They're going to go to Dante's Boxing Nation. They're going to go to Champside and channels like that. Once they get done trolling there, then they go through the grapevine to find the smaller channels like Divine Sense to figure out, okay, what's this white dude saying? What? He doesn't think Rigo was running? Fuck this guy. Dislike, dislike, dislike. But you guys notice how as soon as we got these wrenches in here, it went quiet. And see that? Divine Sense Boxing got his little Casimero's promoter is a casual saying that Rigo should have. Yeah, I noticed that, bro. What the fuck was that shit all about? Casimero's promoter was like he should have his purse withheld. What a dumbass. What a complete dumbass. Agent Smith from the Matrix. Hello, Mr. Anderson. Look, for all those people who came up on here, showed love and respect, I'm glad I got these wrenches popping because that definitely made a difference. And I appreciate my subscribers more than you guys know. And hopefully we can come back up on here and talk more boxing and keep it a little bit more sensible and keep the trolls out. I would have never imagined 400 trolls will just pop up on here. They were probably bouncing around from my page to 78's page. But it's getting quiet now. And I think that's my time to go ahead and hit this gym, get my own work in. And like I said, guys, if you haven't seen my video breaking down the Ugas and Pacquiao fight, it's on my channel. Go check it out. YouTube be out there bullshitting around and not pushing out my notifications. I had 4 people DM me in the past 24 hours talking about they can't get or they're not getting notifications that I'm putting out new videos. So YouTube be on that bullshit. They be on that bullshit, man. And Drew was telling me the same shit earlier. So go check out that video. Go click like on it. It's a 10-minute quick little breakdown, man. And for those of you who appreciate my commentary and analysis of breaking down fights, it's definitely a video that you're going to want to watch. On Monday night, I believe. Yes, Monday night, I will be a guest on another channel. I'm going to keep it secret until maybe Monday afternoon. I'll let you guys know where I will be a guest at. It's going to be a fun one. So be on the lookout. Make sure you guys look on the community tab of my channel because I will be a guest on another channel on Monday night. So that's another thing to look forward to. But in the meantime, man, I'm going to jump up out of here, guys. At the end of the day, man, we had another boxing match. I mean, there was a little bit something refreshing with the fact that, you know, we were able to watch a fight, and that was nice, considering all of the turmoil we've been through with Wilder and Fury, and Pacquiao Spence, and at least we got a fight, and at least we have something to talk about, and that's always a great thing. So we got Pacquiao Ugas coming up, and also Jake Paul and Woodley also coming up this month. So I'll be on here again. I appreciate you guys, man. I'm going to jump up out of here. Make sure you guys click this fucking like button before you leave, too. I'm out.